Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Street names for flunitrazepam. Catch with a lasso. Rope cows. Fasten with a rope. Rope the bag securely. A strong line. An unofficial association of people or groups. A road junction at which traffic streams circularly around a central island. Form or draw a circle around. Encircle the errors. Street names for flunitrazepam. Any circular or rotating mechanism. The machine punched out metal circles. Movement once around a course. A curved section or tier of seats in a hall or theater or opera house, usually the first tier above the orchestra. They had excellent seats in the dress circle. Ellipse in which the two axes are of equal length. A plane curve generated by one point moving at a constant distance from a fixed point. He calculated the circumference of the circle. Move in a circular path above someone or something. The plane circled, looking for a landing spot. Something approximating the shape of a circle. The chairs were arranged in a circle. Travel around something. Circle the globe. Street names for flunitrazepam. Street names for flunitrazepam. Street names for flunitrazepam. Street names for flunitrazepam. European freshwater foodfish having a greenish back. Any of numerous chiefly nocturnal insects. Some are domestic pests. A roll of hair brushed back from the forehead. Comb, hair, into a roach. Cut the mane off, a horse. The butt of a marijuana cigarette. Street names for flunitrazepam. Street names for flunitrazepam. Belgian composer, 1532 to 1594. Catch with a lasso. A long noosed rope used to catch animals. A figurative restraint. Kept a tight leash on his emotions. The cardinal number that is the sum of 1 and 1 and 1. Fasten with a rope. Restraint consisting of a rope, or light chain, used to restrain an animal. Divide by means of a rope. Draw in as if with a rope. Lure. A depressant and tranquilizer, trade name Rohypnol, often used in the commission of sexual assault. Legally available in Europe and Mexico and Colombia. A depressant and tranquilizer, trade name Rohypnol, often used in the commission of sexual assault. Legally available in Europe and Mexico and Colombia. The act of taking of a person by force. Take possession of by force, as after an invasion. The militia captured the castle. Succeed in catching or seizing, especially after a chase. The act of forcibly dispossessing an owner of property. Capture as if by hunting, snaring, or trapping. Attract. Cause to be enamored. She captured all the men's hearts. Any process in which an atomic or nuclear system acquires an additional particle. A process whereby a star or planet holds an object in its gravitational field. Bring about the capture of an elementary particle or celestial body and causing it enter a new orbit. This nucleus has captured the slow-moving neutrons. Succeed in representing or expressing something intangible. Capture the essence of spring. The removal of an opponent's piece from the chessboard. Reach with a blow or hit in a particular spot. Perceive with the senses quickly, suddenly, or momentarily. Ears open to catch every sound. Perceive by hearing. I didn't catch your name. The act of catching an object with the hands. Mays made the catch with his back to the plate. A drawback or difficulty that is not readily evident. It sounds good, but what's the catch? Suffer from the receipt of. She will catch hell for this behavior. See or watch. Take hold of so as to seize or restrain or stop the motion of. Hear, usually without the knowledge of the speakers. Succeed in catching or seizing, especially after a chase. Did you catch the thief? To hook or entangle. Apprehend and reproduce accurately. The quantity that was caught. The catch was only 10 fish. A restraint that checks the motion of something. Attract and fix. Capture as if by hunting, snaring, or trapping. Detect a blunder or misstep. The act of apprehending, especially apprehending a criminal. A person regarded as a good matrimonial prospect. Attract. Cause to be enamored. Catch up with and possibly overtake. Grasp with the mind or develop an understanding of. Did you catch that illusion? A break or check in the voice, usually a sign of strong emotion. A cooperative game in which a ball is passed back and forth. He played catch with his son in the backyard. A fastener that fastens or locks a door or window. Anything that is caught, especially if it is worth catching. He shared his catch with the others. Become aware of. Be struck or affected by. Catch fire. Be the catcher. Who is catching? Cause to become accidentally or suddenly caught, ensnared, or entangled. Check oneself during an action. She managed to catch herself before telling her boss what was on her mind. Contract. Did you catch a cold? Delay or hold up. Prevent from proceeding on schedule or as planned. Discover or come upon accidentally, suddenly, or unexpectedly. Catch somebody doing something or in a certain state. Get or regain something necessary, usually quickly or briefly. Catch one's breath. Reach in time. I have to catch a train at 7 o'clock. Spread or be communicated. The fashion did not catch. Start burning. Take in and retain. We have a big barrel to catch the rainwater. Reach with a blow or hit in a particular spot. Come to have or undergo a change of physical features and attributes. Leave immediately. Used usually in the imperative form. Perceive by hearing. She didn't get his name when they met the first time. Undergo, as of injuries and illnesses. Make offspring by reproduction. Give certain properties to something. Get someone mad. Be a mystery or bewildering to. Suffer from the receipt of. Receive as a retribution or punishment. Take vengeance on or get even. We'll get them. Achieve a point or goal. Move into a desired direction of discourse. Go through mental or physical states or experiences. Get an idea. Irritate. Her childish behavior really get to me. Take the first step or steps in carrying out an action. Let's get down to work now. Succeed in catching or seizing, especially after a chase. Apprehend and reproduce accurately. Enter or assume a certain state or condition. It must be getting more serious. Attract and fix. Receive a specified treatment, abstract. Earn or achieve a base by being walked by the pitcher. Be stricken by an illness, fall victim to an illness. Cause to move. Cause to be in a certain position or condition. Come into the possession of something concrete or abstract. Cause to do. Cause to act in a specified manner. Reach a destination. Arrive by movement or progress. She didn't get to Chicago until after midnight. Go or come after and bring or take back. Grasp with the mind or develop an understanding of. Did you get it? Acquire as a result of some effort or action. You cannot get water out of a stone. A return on a shot that seemed impossible to reach and would normally have resulted in a point for the opponent. Communicate with a place or person. Establish communication with, as if by telephone. The operator couldn't get Kobe because of the earthquake. Evoke an emotional response. Brahms's Requiem gets me every time. Overcome or destroy. Purchase. What did you get at the toy store? Reach and board. Reach by calculation. What do you get when you add up these numbers? A social or business relationship. He was sorry he had to sever his ties with other members of the team. A fastener that serves to join or connect. Finish a game with an equal number of points, goals, etc. The teams drew a tie. Create social or emotional ties. One of the cross braces that support the rails on a railway track. The British call a railroad tie a sleeper. A horizontal beam used to prevent two other structural members from spreading apart or separating. He nailed the rafters together with a tie beam. Fasten or secure with a rope, string, or cord. They tied their victim to the chair. The finish of a contest in which the score is tied and the winner is undecided. Their record was 3 wins, 6 losses and a tie. Connect, fasten, or put together 2 or more pieces. Neckwear consisting of a long narrow piece of material worn, mostly by men, under a collar and tied in knot at the front. He stood in front of the mirror tightening his necktie. Perform a marriage ceremony. A cord, or string or ribbon or wire etc., with which something is tied. He needed a tie for the packages. Equality of score in a contest. Form a knot or bow in. Tie a necktie. Limit or restrict to. I am tied to eunuchs. Make by tying pieces together. The fishermen tied their flies. Music, a slur over two notes of the same pitch, indicates that the note is to be sustained for their combined time value. Unite musical notes by a tie. Stick to firmly. Create social or emotional ties. Fasten or secure with a rope, string, or cord. Cause to be constipated. Bind by an obligation, cause to be indebted. Wrap around with something so as to cover or enclose. Secure with or as if with ropes. Form a chemical bond with. The hydrogen binds the oxygen. Make fast, tie or secure, with or as if with a rope. The Chinese would bind the feet of their women. Provide with a binding. Bind the books in leather. Something that hinders as if with bonds. A course of reasoning aimed at demonstrating a truth or falsehood. The methodical process of logical reasoning. I can't follow your line of reasoning. A slight depression or fold in the smoothness of a surface. His face has many lines. Mechanical system in a factory whereby an article is conveyed through sites at which successive operations are performed on it. A connected series of events or actions or developments. Historians can only point out those lines for which evidence is available. The road consisting of railroad track and roadbed. A conceptual separation or distinction. There is a narrow line between sanity and insanity. A succession of notes forming a distinctive sequence. A conductor for transmitting electrical or optical signals or electric power. The principal activity in your life that you do to earn money. He's not in my line of business. Make a mark or lines on a surface. Draw a line. Often plural, a means of communication or access. Lines of communication were set up between the two firms. The descendants of one individual. His entire lineage has been warriors. Space for one line of print, 1 column wide and 1/14 inch deep, used to measure advertising. A short personal letter. Drop me a line when you get there. A telephone connection. Be in line with, form a line along. Trees line the riverbank. The maximum credit that a customer is allowed. A particular kind of product or merchandise. A nice line of shoes. A pipe used to transport liquids or gases. A pipeline runs from the wells to the seaport. A commercial organization serving as a common carrier. Acting in conformity. In line with. A formation of people or things one behind another. The line stretched clear around the corner. A formation of people or things one beside another. The line of soldiers advanced with their bayonets fixed. A fortified position, especially one marking the most forward position of troops. They attacked the enemy's line. A length, straight or curved, without breadth or thickness, the trace of a moving point. A mark that is long relative to its width. He drew a line on the chart. A single frequency, or very narrow band, of radiation in a spectrum. A spatial location defined by a real or imaginary unidimensional extent. Cover the interior of. Line the gloves. Fill plentifully. Line one's pockets. In games or sports, a mark indicating positions or bounds of the playing area. Mark with lines. Sorrow had lined his face. Persuasive but insincere talk that is usually intended to deceive or impress. Let me show you my etchings as a rather worn line. Reinforce with fabric. Lined books are more enduring. Something, as a cord or rope, that is long and thin and flexible. A washing line. Text consisting of a row of words written across a page or computer screen. The letter consisted of 3 short lines. A cord fastened around the neck with an ornamental clasp and worn as a necktie. A rope with weights attached to the ends is thrown to entangle the legs of an animal of South American origin. A structural member used to stiffen a framework. A set of 2 similar things considered as a unit. Prepare oneself for something unpleasant or difficult. A carpenter's tool having a crank handle for turning and a socket to hold a bit for boring. 2 items of the same kind. An appliance that corrects dental irregularities. Elastic straps that hold trousers up, usually used in the plural. Cause to be alert and energetic. Support or hold steady and make steadfast, with or as if with a brace. Brace your elbows while working on the potter's wheel. A rope on a square-rigged ship that is used to swing a yard about and secure it. A support that steadies or strengthens something else. He wore a brace on his knee. Either of 2 punctuation marks, or, used to enclose textual material. Support by bracing. A small net used to draw fish into a boat. A small rope, one of several, used to draw a sail in. Haul fish aboard with brails. Take in a sail with a brail. An elasticized rope. An elasticized rope. Television that is transmitted over cable directly to the receiver. A conductor for transmitting electrical or optical signals or electric power. A nautical unit of depth. A television system that transmits over cables. Send cables, wires, or telegrams. A telegram sent abroad. A very strong thick rope made of twisted hemp or steel wire. Fasten with a cable. Cable trees. The amount of wood in an area as measured in cords. The ropes in the rigging of a ship. A rope used to guide the movement of the load of a crane. A rope for raising or lowering a sail or flag. Prevent the progress or free movement of. Rope or canvas headgear for a horse, with a rope for leading. A rope that is used by a hangman to execute persons who have been condemned to death by hanging. Either of the rudimentary hind wings of dipterous insects, used for maintaining equilibrium during flight. A woman's top that fastens behind the back and neck, leaving the back and arms uncovered. Hang with a halter. A rope for raising or lowering a sail or flag. A rope that is used by a hangman to execute persons who have been condemned to death by hanging.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.